Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So I wanted to touch bases on the Oneplus 2 versus my Nexus 6P. I found myself actually clinging more to the Oneplus 2. Now, to my surprise, I was one of those people out there who couldn't get. I had an opportunity to get the Oneplus 2, but I just couldn't grab it in time. The invite expired or something happened. But nonetheless, like I said in my previous video, in my full review of the Oneplus 2, my family actually got me one, so I was pretty excited about that. Now, the reason I made this video is to tell you some things I like better about this device than the Nexus 6P that I purchased. First thing is the size and usability of this phone, how it handles itself day to day. The OnePlus 2, it seems to be the right size. The way they've built this, it just seems to be just right for me. It's 5.5-inch 1080p display, which I think is right on the money. I think that's a very nice spot for a cell phone. But it doesn't, these borders look kind of big up here. The way the phone is put together, it's actually balanced out just right. This is a 64 gig version, because that's the only thing they're selling right now. And and this is what, 389 or something like that. And my 6P was a 32. It's a 32 gig version, and it is 500, I believe. So when I factor in specs, placing the OnePlus 2 up against the Nexus 6, I really found myself clinging more to the OnePlus 2 because the battery is killer. I mean, the battery on this thing, it lasts a long time. It has longer standby time than the Nexus 6P. The screen is actually a 1080p screen, but I found myself really enjoying the screen on this thing. Now, I bought a tempered glass for both, so that's not really an issue. But the OnePlus 2, the size of it appeals to me more. The feel in hand appeals to me more because of the texture back, and I can change the back on there. They're way about the same, and I like that. But the screen is really nice on here. It gets really bright. It isn't running the latest Android operating system, but that's not really a deal breaker for me. The internals of the 6P and the OnePlus 2 are almost the same. They're both running at 810, but the 6P is clocked a little bit higher. No SD card on either one, but this has 4 gigs of RAM, and the 6P has 3. And when you start to get into the pricing, this becomes a better purchase because you get a little bit more for what you're paying for. Now, the 6P does come in a 128 gig, but that's $650. Their 64 gig costs $150 more than this, so you got to kind of weigh it out. They both shoot 4K, and that's pretty exciting. But the front camera on this one actually shoots 1080p, and the front camera on the 6P shoots 720p. The speaker on this thing is loud. Now, it's not as loud as the 6P because they're facing you, but the speaker on this phone actually surprised me because it has the enhancements. Now, if you turn off the equalizer, the speaker doesn't even exist, it seems. But when you turn the speaker on, the enhancements on, this speaker on the bottom is crazy loud. I mean, it is loud. It's unbelievable. I like that I can change the back on here and just little small things like that. For me, I actually found myself drawing more to the OnePlus 2, and the 6P kind of made it back into the box. Now, the battery in here is a 3300, and the 6P has a 3450, and this phone lasts longer, and I think it's mainly because it has a 1080p display. And that's kind of just probably what it boiled down to. The display on the 6P is a higher resolution, and it's a bigger screen. It's a 1440 by 2560, and this is 1080p by 1920. Also, this is a dual nano SIM, and I can run dual LTE right here in this phone. It's really nice. I really have been enjoying that, because obviously, you know me, I have more than one line. But overall, my experience with the OnePlus 2 actually surprised me. It's been better than the experience with the 6P. And I wasn't expecting that. So, because I had no hands-on time with either phone. But if I had to choose right now, which I've already chosen, I'm choosing the OnePlus 2 over the 6P. The 6P is nice. I've got a full review up on both of those. Maybe I'll pop them up in this video somewhere. But overall, I think the OnePlus 2 is better for me, because the battery lasts much longer. I like the build quality on this better compared to the Nexus 6P. I've got dual LTE right here out of the box. This phone is pretty snappy. It has 4 gigs of RAM compared to the 3 gigs of RAM on the 6P. The finger sensor is on the front to unlock, and I'm kind of used to that. But I'm also used to it from the V10 as well, with it being on the back. But I will say the fingerprint scanner on the 6P is one of the fastest. It's much faster than this. This one isn't very fast. This one isn't very accurate. But I can deal with that, opposed to paying more for the 6P and feeling like I'm getting a lot less battery. And the performance is about the same to me. This isn't faster than the 6P, so to speak. But just the overall package here, I like the way this one looks. I like the screen. I love the battery. Performance is good. The speaker is loud, even though it's not a front-facing speaker. The cameras on this one are really nice. Overall, I just think I've really fallen in love with this device. Again, not more than my Note 5, obviously, but between the 6P and the OnePlus 2, I think the OnePlus 2 is definitely a clear winner for me. Now, some people might say, "Oh my God, no way, Jay, you don't know what you're talking about." Hey, get them both in hand and actually use them for 2 weeks like I did, and like I'm doing, I guess, and then give your honest opinion. Don't get caught up into the hype of something just because it's new and it just came out. I think that's where a lot of people fall short, and they miss out on great things. Now, the problem with the OnePlus 2 is that you can't just buy it. That is the problem. I've had 4 invites, and if you follow me on Google+, you saw me complaining, and you saw me complaining on Twitter. Dang, I just got the invite. I tried to go in and buy it, and it's already expired, or they're saying they're out of stock or something like that. Extremely frustrating. So how my family was able to pull this off, I don't even care. This camera is actually really nice. I like that you can double tap like that. Let me take a picture here. I have to do it off camera. Very fast shutter time. Look at the quality of the picture. It's really good. I mean, this is a really nice camera. Let me take a picture of something kind of bright. I've got a T-Mobile card over here. Fast shutter. It's a good camera. It has laser focus, just like the 6P. But it's, you know, something about this just appealed to me more. I don't know what it is. One of the main reasons, though, is actually, like I said before, is camera and battery life and screen. I mean, and this comes with 64 gig standard with 4 gigs of RAM. Doesn't have an SD card, but they both have a serious letdown to me, and that's the USB-C Type C. That's it's not ready for prime time yet. It's just not ready. I bought cables, and some of them are certified, but they take longer to charge. Nonetheless, this charges really fast when I plug it into my Anchor. I mean, like, really fast. It charges faster than the 6P when I plug them both into my Anchor. So, nonetheless, that's my thoughts on the why I choose the OnePlus 2 over the Nexus 6P. A lot of people will be let down, but you know what? Don't take it so personal. It's just a phone. You know, many more to come. There'll be another Nexus device comes out, and there'll be another OnePlus. I'm ready to try the OnePlus X or whatever it's called now. I'm actually pretty excited about the OnePlus line. So I'll see you guys in the next video. It's your man, Jay Will. Thanks for joining me, and take care. Deuces.